They got a major development in the Diddy case. The feds accusing the government. Racketeering. This could change the course of his whole case, or it could delay his trial. It's been a whole lot of back and forth between the defense counsels, prosecutors, about who gonna testify in his trial. The prosecutors got, if the prosecutors got to disclose who these individuals are, that's the issue that has come up again. And that could be a big problem. After months of refusing to disclose the identity of alleged victims and just 60 days before trial, the government suddenly announced that it intended to shore up its case with evidence of blank charged and un, oh, uncorroborated crimes, including incorporated instances of sexual assault, all but one of which supposedly occurred decades ago. These allegations are substantially more serious than the charged offenses and, if admitted, will make it impossible for Puff to receive a fair trial. Wow. They did this in the Weinstein case. So they're saying that Cassie is going to testify. And they're saying that if his accusers do not show who there is, that Diddy may be getting an appeal. But they can protect the protection of the people and don't show who they are. So the prosecutors in New York building a case against Sean Diddy Combs ahead of his sex trafficking and racketeering trial asked the court to introduce evidence from the rapper's past that they insist is relevant to the testimony of the case. They insist is relevant to the testimony slated from their four key witnesses, but the defense team is saying no, claiming such a horror show would paint him in an unfair light to the jury. On Monday, federal prosecutors with the Southern District of New York revealed in a filing that they believe that testimony regarding the sexual abuse of other victims by Diddy over the past several years should be admitted and heard by the jurors to stand in contrast to the hip hop star's assertion that the relationships he shared with the women victims were consensual. The newly introduced testimony powerfully established the defendant made no mistake when he coerced other victims into unwanted sex. Prosecutors wrote in their filings this week. It proves that the defendant intended to take the sexual gratification he wanted regardless of consent, which specific instances and sexual encounters the prosecutors are seeking to include in their case against Combs is unclear, and much of the details in the lengthy indictment of the rapper have been redacted. However, many of the accusations are similar to those in the multiple civil lawsuits filed against the fallen music industry icon since he was sued by his ex, Cassie Ventura. Ventura Cassie, it was revealed last week she will testify under her name and not be anonymous as the first of the four witnesses in Combs' federal trial. Oh, she finna get him. Set to begin May the 5th. So his trial begins May the 5th. Combs faces 5 counts of 3 charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pled not guilty to all charges and is awaiting his trial in a Brooklyn jail. The civil cases against Combs run from some credible allegations to other cases that have already been dismissed by the court, including one by a woman who claimed she was sexually assaulted by Combs and rap star Jay-Z at the Jay-Z house. Yeah, that was dismissed. That was with Bugsby, Texas Attorney Bugsby. Team Combs is arguing that the new testimony stay out of trial, refuting the prosecutor's notion that who they are calling prior bad act witness paint a accurate picture of him. They are arguing that including this testimony constitutes allowing evidence that invites a conviction and serves no other purpose than to bring jurors through a horror show led by the government. These are entirely new, untested, uncorroborated, and uninvestigated allegations, the filing states. But all but one of the alleged incidents happened over 20 years ago, with the oldest dating to the 1980s. That's a long time. Some of the allegations are false. Some of the allegations seem false, but would nonetheless require an enormous amount of trial time to disprove. Prosecutors argued that the four witnesses tied to their indictment of Combs are set to deliver testimony that will also be discussing from the stand years worth of beatings, drug fueled coerced sex, marathons, and multiple rapes. The defense also stated that prosecutors are withholding a list of names of individuals who make up this testimony until April the 18th, a mere 2 weeks ahead of trial. The allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Combs' defense attorney wrote, collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, will require a sense of many trials, certain to double the length of a trial. The government originally said would last 3 weeks. One account of racketeering, conspiracy, two accounts of sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and two accounts of transportation to engage in prostitution related to the woman to set to testify as victim number two. Mm, it seemed like a lot of stuff. So the prosecutors are adding to their case additional sex trafficking charges.
On trial 1 month from today, and the case against him just got a little bigger. This morning, Sean Diddy Combs faces 2 additional criminal charges a month before he's scheduled to stand trial in New York. Federal prosecutors charged Combs with an additional count of sex trafficking and an additional count of transportation to engage in prostitution. Both relate to an individual referred to in court papers as Victim 2. Combs previously pleaded not guilty to 1 count of each of those charges, as well as the most serious charge he faces, racketeering conspiracy.
For Sean Combs, the challenge in this new superseding indictment is that any one alleged victim could amount to serious prison time.
Oh, he have a lot of charges against him. He has still maintained his innocence and has pled not guilty. If this man is not guilty, if he's innocent, I hope that he do not be charged with this. But if he is guilty and these was not consensual, he just need to go ahead and take his charge. So, y'all know Nicki Minaj's sister, Ming Lee. She's on one of these reality shows, and she just announced that she got her own crib. Ming Lee. To me, she looks just like Nicki. Well, she's looked like Nicki, but she announced that she got her new crib, and her fans were happy for her. Yeah, she was on the Zeus. She was on the Zeus show, The Baddies. Ming Lee. She's a pretty girl. But she looked like she had a little mental breakdown. She went on her Instagram live. Let me see if I could pull that up. She went on her Instagram live and had a little breakdown. Yeah, she had a little breakdown and she said that it's nothing if she can't have her loved ones there with her. I don't think this is her. Well, let's skip that and come back to that another time. Young Buck was arrested, booked into Tennessee jail. Young Buck is back in jail in Tennessee. Oh, he had missed some meetings with his bond supervisor. Well, why would he miss some meetings? I wonder if he using drugs or something. Cause why is you missing meetings? The G Unit rapper was booked into jail Monday afternoon in Sumner County for 30 days as seen online records. Assistant District Attorney for Sumner County says that Young Buck was supposed to meet twice a month with his supervisor while on bond supervision with GPS monitoring for two cases, a drug case and a domestic violence case. And Kanye West, he says that Taylor Swift is to blame for his Super Bowl snub. Kanye West is keeping the shook train rolling. He just reignited his beef with Taylor Swift, claiming she's one of the key reasons he hasn't ever performed at the Super Bowl.